Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. I'm AzelDeicide, and in this video we will go over the keyword effects and the blueprint system in-game. I will only cover the basic stuff for the new players to know what is happening in-game, how the blueprint system works, and what are the special effects. I hope you enjoyed this video. For accessing the blueprint system, you need to open the menu, and from here go to Backpack, Blueprints. Here you can see different weapons in-game. We have different category for each weapon. You have pistols, shotguns, SMGs, rifles, the sniper rifles, LMGs, crossbows, heavy weapons, and melee. We have different tiers for each weapon as well. For example, the shotgun DBSG, we have green, blue, purple, and golden. Golden is the best, and green is the worst. We have different weapon features for each weapon as well. The green tier, they don't have any special effect, but blue, purple, and golden, they can have different effects. For example, the shotgun DB12, we have two versions, purple one and the golden one. And the purple one is Frost Vortex. As you can see, weapon features, it says Frost Vortex, so the special effect is Frost. But the golden one is Fortress Warfare, so from the same weapon, we can have different special effects, which give you the diversity to build different weapons with different builds. If I want to give an example, this one is basically elemental, and this one is physical. So you can have the same weapon, but with different builds. This goes on for most of the gun in the game. We have like pistols that they all function in different ways. Before I explain the blueprint system, we will go over all of the keyword effects in-game. I will show them how they trigger in-game, the visual effects, and how they function. The first one that we'll start with is Frost Vortex. So Frost Vortex is a radius of 4.5 meter. It will inflict damage to enemies. It can deal up to 8 instances of Frost Vortex over 4 seconds. You can only have one Frost Vortex at the same time. The damage is Frost Element. It cannot critical strike, cannot hit weak spot, and no matter of the distance, the damage will always be the same. For triggering it, if your weapon have Frost Vortex weapon feature, whenever you hit the target, it will deploy this zone that deals damage over time of frost. It can hit all of the enemies as long as they are inside of this radius. It can slows them, and sometimes it can trap them inside as well. It is a great option for AoE or basically doing damage over time to a single target. Next up, we'll go over the key effect of burn. So burn is a continuous damage as well that deals one instance every 0.5 seconds, exactly like Frost Vortex, but this time is for 6 seconds. And this is actually stackable up to 5 times. So the more you stack, the higher the burn damage will be. The element of this key effect is Blaze. It cannot critically strike, it cannot hit weak spot, and the damage will always be the same no matter of the distance. So in action, every time that you hit a target, you apply burn to it. This is damage over time of blaze damage. It will function exactly like Frost Vortex, but this is mostly a single target unless there is a special passive for your weapon that makes it AoE. And as you can see, the damage will goes higher. The higher that I apply burn to it, the higher the burn stack I will get, and the target will burn for more DPS over time. Next up is gonna be Power Surge. Power Surge is an instant damage that deals shock elemental to the target, and it will inflict them with Power Surge status. If the target is affected by Power Surge status, their accuracy will be reduced by 40%. This doesn't really mean anything in PvE against monsters, bosses, and NPCs. This is mostly for PvP. So it's not really important to have this part of the passive on the enemies if they are NPCs. This damage cannot crit, it cannot hit weak spot, and no matter the distance, the damage will always be the same. And the elemental type is Shock Elemental. In action, every time that we hit a target, we do Shock Elemental damage, as you can see here. And whenever the target is glowing like this, having lightning effects on the target, this means they are affected by Power Surge status, which reduces their accuracy. Power Surge is great for bursting down one target. Next up is going to be our last elemental keyword in the game, Unstable Bomber. Unstable Bomber is a semi-AoE damage that deals 1 instance of damage to all of the targets in a radius of 1.5 meter. The damage is blast element, it cannot hit crit, it cannot hit weak spot, and it will not decay with the distance. In action, every time that we hit a target, if our weapon have Unstable Bomber weapon feature, it will explode and deal damage to one target. If we add another target to it, you can see here, it will deal to both of them. But damages are reduced on the other target unless this target is very close to this one. This is basically Unstable Bomber. It's mostly good for bursting down one target, but it can sometimes work for AoE if there's a lot of enemy in one pixel. Now we will go over the physical keywords in game. So let's start with Shrapnel. As the name suggests, it's a bullet effect that makes your bullet hit another part of the enemy by random. It deals 60% of your attack as weapon damage, which is physical type of the damage. If your gun is elemental, the type of the damage can be elemental as well, but 90% of the time it's going to be weapon damage, which is physical. The additional damage, which is the shrapnel damage, can crit, can hit weak spots, and it can decay with distance. So if you're very far away from the target, the shrapnel damage will also deal less damage. And there is something about the shrapnel if I need to show you in action. So every time that we hit a target, for example, I hit the head, and when shrapnel triggers, which is the 800 damage right here, it will deal another random part of the body except the head because I originally shot the head. So the shrapnel will hit another part of the body that can be hands, shoulder, body by upper body, lower body, the legs, or anything like that. But if I hit the body, sometimes it can be the head as well. As you can see, I hit the head right here. This is basically shrapnel. It's single target and it's great for bursting down bosses or a single enemy. Next keyword effect is going to be bounce. Bounce is also a bullet effect, very similar to shrapnel. Basically, every time that you hit a target, there's a chance that your bullet will bounce to another target and come back, or bounce from ground, from the walls, or any terrain around your enemy and deal damage again. If there's an enemy in the radius of 15 meters from your target, it will bounce up to the enemy, and if there is no enemy, it will bounce to the terrains. It will deal 40% of your weapon damage as physical damage, and as you can see, it said if there is no target available, bounce to the environment. This effect is non-elemental, and this additional damage can hit critical strike, can hit weak spot, and it will decay with distance. In action, basically every time that we hit our target, there's a chance that our bullet bounce. As you can see, all of these are bounce damage. Since there is no enemy around this target, it will bounce from the environment. But if I add another enemy, for example, we say around here, and if we hit this one, as you can see, it will bounce to each other. It is great for AoE damage. It's not very good for basically bursting down bosses. It's mostly used for killing multiple enemies at the same time. Next keyword effect is going to be Fast Gunner. Fast Gunner is a continuous buff to yourself, and it is stackable up to 5 times. Whenever you hit a target or triggering this effect, it will give you 1 stack of Fast Gunner that increasing your fire rate by 1% and your attack by 1% for 2 seconds. You can stack it to 5 times, which means 5% fire rate and 5% attack. In action, every time that we hit a target, Now we're going to start glowing, which means we are in fast gunnery state. And in this state, we will get bonus fire rate and bonus attack. This is mostly used for killing bosses or very tanky enemies because your damage will be insane over time. Next up is going to be Fortress Warfare. Fortress Warfare, unlike Fast Gunner, is an AoE buff to everyone as long as they are in the same area. It will create an area with 2-meter radius that grants everyone heavy armor for 5 seconds. Heavy armor is a super armor with weapon damage by 20%. So everyone in this radius will have 20% weapon damage. Also super armor, which means they are immune to attacks that basically throws you away or knock you up or anything like that. You're immune to any crowd control. In action, if we hit a target with our weapon that triggers Frost Vortex, there's a radius, as you can see, that gives you super armor and weapon damage by 20%. It is an AoE buff to your teammates or other players as long as they are in the same area. For our last keyword effect, we have the Bullseye. The Bullseye is a continuous debuff on the enemy. Whenever you apply this effect to the target, it will mark them with a blue outline, and this target will suffer from vulnerability for 8% for 12 seconds. It will basically make the enemy take more damage, which is 8%, from all the sources, even from your allies and other players. In action, if you're going to have the Bullseye, whenever we hit the target, you see the animation, and this target is applied with Bullseye, as you can see the blue special effects. And if this is a real enemy, you can see the blue outline around the target, but this is dummy, so it doesn't show you. It is great for secondary weapon option for making your main build do more damage. Now that we explain all the keyword effects in game, we will go over the blueprint system. As you can see here, we have weapon blueprints and armor blueprints. In the weapon one, you can see all the weapons that I showed you before. And in armor, we have helmet, mask, body, pants, gloves, and we have shoes. Each of these armor pieces, they belong to a set. As you can see, here we have Lone Wolf here. If we go into the detail, if you use one piece of Lone Wolf, we get a bonus, 2-piece, 3-piece, and 4-piece. Each set have 4 different effects if you're using 4-piece of it. If you use 5-piece, nothing happens. For example, the Lone Wolf is great for critical strike builds. Renegade set is great for weak spot, so you need to use more Renegade pieces. And Shelter is great for elemental builds, so you need to have minimum of 3 or 4 pieces of Shelter if you're using an elemental build. You might notice there are a few pieces that they have rainbow color here, as you can see. They are key armors. Key armors, they don't belong to a set and they give you a unique effect. We have a lot of key armors in the game, and each one of them belong to a different weapon. For example, we have this one. This is great for unstable bomber, but not for all of the unstable bomber weapons. It's very good for only one of the guns. It's specifically designed for a special weapon. We have a lot of key armors from purple to golden ones that you can explore and check between your builds. Next up, we'll talk about how to unlocking different armor sets. For unlocking armors and weapons, you need a currency called Starcherom. The Starcherom is only available in-game. You need to explore, and you cannot buy this currency with money. So there's no in-game advantage by spending money. Starcherom will reset every week. It will start with limit of 15,000. Next week will be 30,000 and then 45,000. And the last phase, you will get 21,000. So you can reach 66,000 limit of Starcherom in 1 month. Whenever you get Starcherom, you can spend it on armors. If your armor set is unlocked, you can just come here and hold F to spend 2000 Starcherom to unlocking this armor set. It's the same for basically all of them. You can go over them and buy your armors. For the weapon is also the same. We need to buy the weapons with the Starcherom, such exactly like how you're unlocking the armor sets. Since I don't have any weapon locked, I cannot show it to you, but the weapons are more expensive. The weapons are 8,000 and the armor pieces are 2,000. Next up, we will explain how you can upgrade your armors and your weapons and what are the stats. Whenever you unlock an armor piece or a weapon, you will start with 1 star. And you can spend more Starcherom in order to make them to 2 star, 3 and 4 and so on. For golden ones, we have 6 star. For purple, we have 5. For blue, we have 4. And for green one, we have 3 star. It's the same for weapons as well. Golden 6, purple 5, and blue 4 and green 3. I don't recommend upgrading any green, blue, or purple ones, since the golden one have higher priority, especially for your armor pieces. Because each armor piece have a different stat. For example, this one will give us 1924 HP, but if we upgrade it, HP goes up to 2020. And there is something called PSI intensity. PSI intensity is the main source of your elemental damages. So by upgrading your armors, the PSI intensity will also increase. So you need to upgrade the golden ones first. Because if we compare them, for example, we have this one, which is 5 star, we have 71 PSI intensity and 2113 HP. But if we compare it to a golden one, we have 80 PSI intensity and 2405 HP. So there is a huge difference between them. And each armor piece have different stats. For example, the jacket is 2400 HP with 80 PSI, but the mask is 462 HP with 144 PSI. So the stats is different between each armor pieces. So if you want to be more tanky and have more HP, you need to go with the body or the pants. And if you want more damage with the PSI, you need to go with the mask and the helmet. And there's like basically a priority that you need to have to upgrade to which ones. For the weapons, we have the same situation, but there's no PSI intensity involved in the weapons. For example, we have R500 Memento. The damage on this one is 994, and if we upgrade it, it will increase the damage or the attack of this weapon. It goes from 994 to 1044. And if you want to rely on more physical damage and basically your bullet damages, you need to first upgrade your weapon to 6 star to have the highest damage possible. And if you're using an elemental build, you need to go with PSI, which includes your mask and your helmet and your body parts, not your weapon. For new players, I recommend to upgrade one gun to 6 star and have at least 6 armor pieces to 6 star. Because we have a system here, as you can see here, blueprint conversion, which allows you to grab a 1/6 star armor piece or weapon piece and transfer the stars from that one to another one. For example, this one is 6 star and this one is 1 star. If I use the conversion, it will turn this one into 6 star and my original 6 star will be 1 star. This is great for changing your builds into another one. As you can see, this one is 6 star here. You have 18 chances to do this conversion, and every week you will get 6 attempts. And the maximum is 18, so you need to spend all of your attempts before it reaches more than 18. Every time that you unlock new armor piece or weapon or upgrading your blueprints, you will get something called Blueprint Collection XP. This XP will contribute to this part of the collection level. You will get more collection XP if you're upgrading your weapons. So if I go from 1 star to 2 star for this weapon, I will get 1 level of collection. But if I do the same for the armor piece, I will only get 40 XP. And the collection level is basically a system for giving you rewards, depends on your level. So in level 1, it will start giving you Starcherom, icons. It will give you like chromas for your weapon. And there are different stuff that you can get from this system. The higher your collection level is, the higher your reward will be. For example, you can get these cubes, which give you a new keyword effect cosmetics. You can get it from level 20. They're like camos for your gun or stickers, or basically a bunch of cool stuff that you can use. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We covered most of the basic stuff about keywords and the blueprint system. This was basically episode 1 for One's Human Guide for beginners and new players. I will start making episode 2 soon and going deeper into the details in the game. And I will see you in the next video.